Receiving hate from a grown-up is understandable, but receiving hate from a 15-year-old hurts a little bit more. And it came from Jerusalem, the city where Jews and Muslims are literally neighbors. Then it dawned on me. The only people these guys know are the ones on TV. The Arabs trying to kill Jews and Jews trying to kill Arabs. On TV, they don't see this. The majority of people who have no desire for war. People like you and me don't get our voices heard very often. This real-life interaction made me realize that you and me need to be heard. I want to remind you of this. I've had many private conversations with Arabs who, just like that guy, couldn't believe that there are good Jews in the world. To them, all Jews are bad, and to him, all Arabs are bad too.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
Happy holidays to you, your family, your friends. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. I meet this young man. He is Israeli Arab, or you could say Arab Israeli. This is his home. He invited me up to his rooftop. And I was talking to Ingrid, and I said, you know, why can't we all get along? And I used the term, you know, we're talking about calling Israeli Arab or Arab Israeli, and I said, why Israel first? Why not Arab Israeli? And she said, well, because one has more priority. That's why, and they put that first. So I said, you know, I have a new idea for integration and a new name. Pal Israel Stein. Okay? It kind of balances it with the Palestine and Israel in the middle. Neither really priority. I've split the Palestine word and I put Israel prominent in the center. I think that's about the best balance you can do. Then I said to this young man, and he agreed. I said, we should all get along. Arabs, okay, Jews, be friends. Get along, like this. And I said, do you agree? And he said, yes, he agrees. It makes perfect sense that we can be friends. I don't care if you're a Jew, or a Christian, or a Muslim, or an Arab, or a Palestinian, or an atheist, whatever you are. We need to be friends, okay? We've got to get along and be together and be integrated. We all deserve equal opportunity to share the blessings that God has given us. God has created this land and this world and us. And we need to share it in love. Okay. Wait. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
So start with you, yeah? You're away.
I'm in a grocery store in a refugee camp. It's not really a camp per se. You don't see tents and things. But this is where they've built homes and they lived. And they are the generation of the original ones. Talking about this crisis, which is why I'm here and why I'm sharing. Okay. And I'm getting a view on this which is really not favorable to Israel. And I just shared with them this gentleman and his brother.
Oh.
And you'll see an interview with a friend over at the hostel. His name is Salah, okay? On the same thing. Salah was actually hit by a missile. Almost died. He was dead, actually, 3 hours. And I said to Salah this morning, and he's confirming the same thing. That the people that were once genocide and suffered abuse and oppression by a supposed master race of people called the Nazis, who decided these other people weren't fit to live, were not worthy.
We're the superior race.
They decided they were the superior race. Exactly. They were the worthy ones. Now, what they're saying has happened, and it's hard to believe, is that the abused, the Jews, have now become the abusers. They didn't learn from that what it was like to be victimized. Instead, now they're
playing the major role of an abuser, government, an abuser, like you know, like occupiers, because they become to a land that we use maybe before the 48. Palestinians, Arabs, which is include Muslims, Jews, and Christians, used to live in Palestine. And before we were like talking, me and Jonathan about that, like they suffered a lot by the Nazis. What shocks me is they don't learn from what happened to them, and what they became, like they play the role of an abuser. And instead of learning how to be victimized for the longest time, abandoned, left alone, and everybody don't want them in Europe at that time, they try to find them an alternative state, or like they want them just to ship them anywhere else. And they were talking about, I think, I don't know, they thought about shipping them to somewhere else first, and then they said, you know what, let's send them to Palestine, and they become now an abusers. They abuse. All Palestinians don't mind living in peace, but you want me to live in peace, we have to have the equal rights.
Now, I said to him, I said, I don't get it. All right, they're the government, they're the authority. Now, these people were living here. They're building themselves big housing developments in the West Bank, yes, and here. And I asked this fellow, I said, well, what are they doing for you? Have they helped you? Have they built homes for you?
No, they're doing for their nation. For us, no, nothing, I think.
Okay, so aside from politics, where is compassion and love and sharing?
Yeah, exactly.
Coming from them?
The only thing coming from them is tear gas, bombs, and bullets. And that's, unfortunately, that's the reality. That's the ugly truth that sometimes the whole world trying to cover for them.
You know what America did? It came in from Europe, migrated to America.
True.
And the Native Americans, did they bless them? Did they help them? Did they share with them? No, they drove them off, put them on reservations.
True, which is I lived that, I know that because I lived in North America for a long time, that these people, the Aboriginal, they are abandoned, they have reservation in places or whatever, and they took over the whole land.
Now wait, Israelis believe in God, yes? They believe in a God of love and compassion, don't they?
I think so, I don't know.
Well then I don't see it. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it. I'll hear the other side of the argument. But right now, here on this side, something seems imbalanced. Something does not seem to be demonstrating love. It's like Trump sending the military to shoot the caravan of refugees, put the military. Don't help them, don't try to provide for them. They're struggling people.
My friend, Jonathan, we are one race. If you look at it, if you look at the whole world, we have one father and mother. We have Adam and Eve. Doesn't matter the color, we're all humans at the end of the day. We share everything. We have eyes, nose, we share everything. Love is in the heart. Peace. We have to live in harmony in this earth. You know, this earth, the problem with it, that people are messing it up. Earth is peace. God is peace. God is loving peace. God. But when you're talking about a human, you talk about evil. Because the human are evil.
Greed, power, selfishness, control. Not love, compassion, sharing.
God is love.
And they claim to be many Christians. Do you know what the standard of Christianity is? Love.
Is love.
Compassion, forgiveness,
You're right.
sharing, community.
What Jesus said.
What kind of Christians do we have in control in America if they contradict that? Or in Israel, the Israelis, Jews, people of God, contradicting the standards of God?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right. They're contradicting the thing of God because they're not following it. You know what? Listen. This place, which is a refugee camp now, maybe it's you see building, but let's say 70 years ago, 48, people lived in tents here for 10 years. Families lived in tents in top of this area in tents. Listen, you've seen the kids playing outside. Every second they step aside, there's a car coming. Why? They don't have a place to play. We don't have parks, we don't have nothing. Nothing we have. We have, maybe if we walk, me and you, just 5 minutes now, we say the apartheid wall. That's what we see. My son, 6 years old, he will ask me, why is this wall for? What should I tell him? You tell me, what should I tell him? How can I explain it to him?
All right. You know, when my boat crashes in Brunei, they're under Sharia law. They no Christianity, no evangelism. Don't say the name of Jesus, okay? My boat crashes there. And they're like, people say, oh, look at this guy. What do we do with him? He's a Christian and he's here, but he needs help. His boat crashed. So one of the prosecutors for religious affairs says, he needs help. We're helping him. I don't care if he's a missionary or what he is.
True.
He's someone that needs help. We need. Islam means peace. It means love. And a big controversy about me. You know, call your God Allah if you want. But anybody that has any respect for God knows he's a God of love and compassion and mercy. He's not a God that wants to downgrade and run down and destroy other people. He wants to lift people up.
I'm telling you, a human destroy. God doesn't destroy. You said it. God is love, compassion, forgiveness.
And if you don't have that, you don't have the same God as me.
Then we have the same God, me and you. We have the same God. We have the same God. God bless you, my friend.
Okay.